legal regimes in crisis management. Refer to a set of laws, rules, and institutional frameworks, both national and international, that govern how authorities and organizations prepared for respond to and recover from the major emergencies such as natural disaster, armed conflicts, pandemics, and other large-scale disruptions. Section 4 and 5, Article 2, Declaration of Principle and State Policies in 1987 Philippine Constitution. Section 4, the prime duty of the government is to serve and protect to the people the government that may call upon the people to defend the state and all the citizens may be required under conditions provided by law to render personal and military to civil service. Section 5, the maintenance of peace and order, the protection of life, liberty, and property, and promotion of the general welfare are essential for the enjoyment by all the people of the blessing of democracy. Section 6, Article 16, General Provision of 1987 Philippine Constitution. Section 6, the state that establish and maintain one police force which shall be national in scope and civilian in character, to be administered and controlled by a national police commission. The authority of local executives over the police units in the jurisdiction shall be provided by law. Republic Act 7160 or Local Government Code was enacted in the law in 1991, also transferring control and responsibility of delivering basic services to the hands of local government unit or LGU. It aimed to enhance provision of service at the local level as well as improve an efficiency in resources allocation. This code also establishment the system and defines power and provincial, city, municipal, and barangay governments in the Philippines. It provides also for a more responsive local government structure through a system of decentralization whereby delegate by more powers, authority, responsibility, and resources. Chapter 3, Article 1, Section 444. It lists down the following responsibilities of a mayor: to act as the deputized representative of the National Police Commission, to formulate the peace and order plan of municipality upon its approval, to implement and exercise general and operational control and supervision over the local police force of the municipality. Republic Act 6975 or the ILG Act of 1990, also known as the Department of the Interior and Local Government Act of 1990, Republic Act 6917, Section 1, 1990. It is an act that establishment that PNP under the recognized the ILG. Republic Act 6975, Section 2, 1990. It aims to bolster a system of coordination and cooperation among the citizens in order to promote peace and order and also to ensure public safety, strengthening the local government capability. Republic Act 6975, Section 51, 1990. It states that the city and municipal mayor shall exercise operational supervision and control over PNP units in their respective jurisdiction except 30 days period following a national, local, and barangay elections. Executive Order Number 309 of 1987. This executive order created the National Peace and Order Council (NPOC) and local Peace and Order Council in order to be a fully coordinated to effective present and suppress criminality and to maintain public order and safety in the land. Executive Order 309, 1987, Section 1. The Peace and Order Council is recognized on the national, regional, provincial, city, municipal levels of government. Executive Order Number 366 of 1996, the Executive Order amended the Executive 309 of 1987 created by the Barangay Peace and Order Communities commits to serve unto implementing arm of the local government peace and order council at the barangay level. Republic Act of 10 Republic Act of 1012 or Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010. These laws paved the way of the instructional institutionalized of the proactive DRRM. DRRM approach is the systematic process of using administrative directions in order to listen to adverse impacts of hazard and the possibility of disaster. Executive under Executive Order number 336 of 2001. This law establishment the National Council for Civil Aviation Security NCCAS, formerly known as National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking and Anti-Terrorism. Executive Order 336 and 2001 Section 1. NCCAS serve effective primarily contain threats, aviations, related terrorism, and secondary strengthening law enforcement capabilities to effective address all form terrorist acts against civil aviation.
So good afternoon everyone. I will going to continue the report of Mr. Quezon. And my assigned topic for this afternoon is all about policy on terrorism, particularly on hostage-taking situation. These principles were highlighted on the Memorandum Order number 121 of 2000 as part of the government effort to modify and improve policies that addresses crisis situation arising from terrorism. So number one is subscription to anti-terrorism covenants. So the Philippines subscribes to all international conventions and initiatives against terrorism and will participate in endeavors to strengthen international cooperation to prevent and neutralize terroristic acts. So for example, the Philippines work together with other countries to fight terrorism. So ang Pilipinas na kuno makig-work together sa other countries para labanan ang terorismo. For instance, law enforcement agencies share information about suspicious groups. So ang mga law enforcement pud kuno mag-share og mga kanang information about sa mga suspicious groups and mag-join sila og international training programs to prevent attacks and helping keep ordinary people safe from dangers like kidnappings or bombings. So mao na siya ang subscription to anti-terrorism covenants. So number 2, peaceful means and other options in the resolution of a crisis. So the government must utilize and exhaust all peaceful means to resolve a crisis to prevent or minimize loss of life and destruction of property. If peaceful measures are exhausted, it shall act promptly, decisively, and effectively with calibrated police and military action to ensure the safety of victims and innocent civilians. So for example, in a hostage taking inside a bank, kung nahitabo nga hostage taking sa usa ka bangko, the government first sends negotiator to talk with the hostage taker. So ang government mag-send og negotiators to talk with the hostage taker. Mag-offer siya og peaceful solutions so the captives or ang mga hostages can be released safely. So ang trabaho ni negotiators is makigistorya sa mga hostage taker or makig-abi-abi, mag-offer siya og peaceful nga mga solutions aron ang hostages i-release nga safely. So if the talks fail and lives are in danger, so kung ma-fail ang negotiators pag-abi-abi sa mga hostage taker, unya ang kinabuhi sa mga tao ang kinabuhi sa hostages is napadulong na sa panganib. Dira na dahil mosulod ang police and military. Magplan sila og rescue to protect the hostages and also sa mga duol nga mga civilians while minimizing harm. So mo na siya ang peaceful means and other options in the resolution of a crisis. So next, number 3, coordinated and calculated response against terrorism. The government must ensure that it maximizes the National Peace and Order Council, NPOC, through crisis management committees to maintain planning and research in order to develop a coordinated and calculated response against terrorism in accordance with our culture, values, and justice system. So, for example, during a hostage crisis in a public place, so during sa hostage nga nahitabo sa usa ka public place, the local crisis management committee together with the police, military, and government official work as one team. So ang local crisis management committee kuno uban sa police, military o government official is magwork as one team. They plan carefully setting up evacuation routes, gathering intelligence, and coordinating every move so that the response is organized, respectful of people's safety, and consistent with the country's laws and values. So, muna siyang coordinated and calculated response against terrorism. So, number 4, terrorism as a criminal act. The government consider all terrorist action as a criminal acts, prosecuted and penalized under the revised penal code and special laws, and shall undertake lawful measures to prevent such acts and bring perpetrators to justice. So for example, if a group plants a bomb in a marketplace, kung naay usa ka grupo nga nagplant og bomba sa usa ka marketplace, the government treat it as a serious crime. So ang gobyerno i-treat gid nila as a serious crime kay dili ba na binuang ang pagbomba, di ba? So not as an excuse for political or personal motives. So dili gid na siya excuse for political or personal motives. Police investigate. So ang police din ana mag-investiga. After niya mag-investigate, arrest the suspect. So after po niya ma-arrest ang suspect, filean og charge under the anti-terrorism law and the revised penal code. So gina-make sure po ani nga ilag yung atubangon ang trial and punishment so that justice is served and ang people feel safe. So mao na siya ang terrorism as a criminal act. So number 5, no compromise with terrorists. The government must not fall to blackmail or terrorist demands, must not grant ransom or concessions that benefit perpetrators, and must prevent terrorists from gaining any advantage or benefit from the crime. So for example, if kidnappers demand ransom in exchange for hostages, so ang kidnapper nagdemand og ransom para i-exchange sila sa hostage, the government refuses to pay. So ang government ilan ang i-refuse nga magbayad because giving it would only encourage more crimes. Kay kung maghatag ang government, dili man gud na siya parehas sa uban nga, diba, sa salida, kay if maghatag ka iuli din ang biktima. So sa in real life dili jud na siya gakahitabo, lahi gid kayo siya. So kung maghatag man gud ang government ani, mas mo-encourage siya og more crimes. Instead, authorities focus on negotiation. So ang authorities mag-focus na lang sa pag-negotiate and rescue operation to save the victims, making sure the terrorists do not profit. I-make sure lang nila nga dili ma-trigger ang kaning mga terrorist aron dili sila mag-gain og power from their actions. So mao na siya ang no compromise with terrorists. So number 6, respect for human rights. So all government personnel in crisis situation must respect the human rights of all people, including suspects of terrorist activities. So for example, during a hostage rescue, the police make sure that civilians are protected and that even the captured terrorist is treated fairly. So during daw sa hostage rescue, the police make sure nga maprotektahan og tarong ang civilian. And that even katong mga terrorist is i-treat gyapon og fairly. I-treat gyapon nato pantay. No torture, no abuse, so that justice is served while still respecting human rights. So mo na siya ang respect for human rights. So number 7, prompt handling of a crisis at the lowest level possible. Terrorist-based crises are generally police matters and should be handled at the local level unless escalation requires higher authority, empowering police, military, and local government units to manage incidents effectively and prevent escalation. So, for example, if a small group threaten a neighborhood with a hostage situation, so if ang usa ka gamay nga grupo nag-threat sa og hostage sa iyang silingan or neighborhood, the local police handle it immediately. So ang local nga police mo mag-handle diretso, maki-coordinate day na siya with the barangay officials and nearby military units. Pero may tabo na siya only if the situation worsens, though higher authorities step in, ensuring a quick, paspas ug organized and effective response to protect the community. So mao na siya ang prompt handling of a crisis at the lowest level possible. So number 8, public information management and advocacy. The government shall handle information to and from the media carefully, conduct advocacy to convey its position, ensure information does not hamper operations, and make sure officials speaks with one voice. So, for example, during a hostage crisis, the government provides clear updates to the public and media without revealing sensitive details that could endanger lives. So, during kuno sa usa ka hostage crisis or hostage taking nga kahitabo, ang government provide o clear nga updates sa publiko and sa media without revealing sensitive details. So, unsa man day ang mga sensitive details di ay? So, mo na siya ang for example, ana is personal information. So, ngalan, edad, lugar, also ang iyang nawong, no? That could endanger lives para dili mabutang sa alanganin iyang kinabuhi. So, all officials give consistent messages. So, tanan officials maghatag og consistent nga mensahe. So, people stay informed aron ang mga tawo ma-stay o ma-inform lang gyapon sila and trust the authorities and panic is minimized aron ma-minimize ang pagpanic sa mga tao while continuing the rescue operations safely. So mao na siya ang public information management and advocacy. So number 9, safety of victims and civilians. The government's primary concern in a crisis is the safety of victims and civilians. And in cases involving foreign nationals, it will coordinate closely with the concerned foreign governments. So for example, during a hostage situation at a hotel with foreign tourists, the government prioritized keeping everyone safe. So during daw kuno sa usa ka hostage situation sa usa ka hotel nga naay foreign tourist, ang government ilang i-prioritize nga mahimong safe ang tanan. So authorities coordinate closely with the tourist home. Kung asa nga country, makig-coordinate na dito ang mga authorities aron nga ma-ensure nila nga ang proper support and communication while focusing on a careful rescue that protects all victims and nearby civilians. So man na siya ang safety of victims and civilians. And that is my part on this afternoon.